WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting, ta-da, rare and exotic Ironroot. No, Ironroot is in America rare and exotic, but this is a single cask from Berry Brothers and Rudd, London, England, and it's exclusive for the European market. 61.2% ABV. Now, we have here Ironroot, which is in Denison, Texas. I visited them this summer. If you have not seen my distillery tour video, please go there. If you have not seen my discussion, talk at the table with Marcia and with Jonathan, please go there. And Robert, sorry. And Robert, please go there and watch that. And it's very, 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 very interesting to see what they're doing down there just north of Dallas, Texas. Now, this bottle cost me 139 euros, which I think is a little bit expensive, but hey, I'm paying that amount of money over here if I can get my hands on a Blanton straight from the barrel, if I can get my hands on a Stag Junior. So over here, our prices for a Booker's is 80 euros, which is cheaper than the States. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, about 80. Used to be 65, now it's 80 euros. And so 139 is not way out there, but still it hurts a little bit. Now, this is the cask number 506, and it resulted in one of 137 bottles. So, unchilled, filtered, natural color, bourbon. I like how it says here, region bourbon. Cask, barrel. Finish, none. So they basically have their standard label with their standard fields, and they have to put something in there. So 2018 distilled, 2022 here bottled, and this is very, very nice. What can I compare it to? What do I have that's somewhat similar to this? Well, don't worry. I have something from Ironroot Harbinger Cask Strength. This is the Tri-Barrel Blend, the Solstice Edition, with 62.6%. Now, the cap did separate from the cork. Now, this bottle I actually got in Dallas, Texas. I flew with this bottle in my suitcase to Baltimore, Maryland. I drove down to Virginia Beach, then drove over to Richmond, flew out of Richmond over to Nashville, Tennessee. I drove all over the place in Kentucky, went up to Louisville, drove back down to Memphis, took the flight down to Dallas, from Dallas over to Frankfurt, and took the train home. So this has seen quite a few air miles, this bottle, but I'm very, very thankful. I was there at the distillery. I was gifted this bottle. Thank you very much. And if at all possible, I am going to be also responsible for bringing Ironroot over to Germany. I hope that works out in 2023, that we get our first pallet over here of Ironroot products, including the Saints Alley. Now, if you look at the, wow, this time I pour more of that. This is a tiny bit darker than this. I did pour a little bit less into here. Now, both of these are, this is 60 months, so it's 5 years of age. This is only 4 years of age. While I was talking with the Licorice family, they did mention the first bottling they had with Berry Brothers Rudd was called Legation. And because actually the Republic of Texas, they were independent for a while, they actually had their embassy in the same building as Berry Brothers and Rudd did in London. And so that little fact of history, they said they looked for a distillery there. And I remember, I think it was Jonathan, he wrote, or it was Robert, I forgot. He said, I received this email from London and I thought it was a gag. And I just wrote back because it was like, who knows, it might be true. I was like, yeah, we want to buy a few barrels. And it's like, what? Huh? Who? And then when I talked with them, it was very interesting that they said, quote, I hope I can share this. So far, we've only sent barrels over to Europe. We have not sent bottles over to Europe. I said, you can bottle it for me and we can we can do the paperwork, no problem. But yes, this was actually sent in a barrel over to Berry Brothers and Rudd, over to England, and they bottled it in England. And so I think that's very, very special. That's why you'll never probably see this bottle in the States. It's only 137 of them anyways. I have one, and I'm going to look for a second one. That shows you how good this stuff is here. And just to be able to do this comparison is a thank you. Thank you that I have this. I did not kill this bottle all by myself. At the whiskey fairs, I took along the Harbinger, for example, here and just said, try this. And people just kept on coming back and coming back and coming back and trying and more and more. I would buy the bottle. I said, no, I can't sell the bottle. It was gifted to me. I can pour you a dram and we can do this and talk and so on. But I need it for myself for a reference point for the future as well. 62.6, 61.2. Question of the day. What 60 plus percent ABV bourbon do you love? Do you love? Is it going to be a Booker's? Is it going to be a craft distillery? Is it going to be something else from the big boys? A lot of the products we bring over now to Europe are New Riffs, our Wilderness Trails, our Peerless, our other things that we have as well. They're not over 60%. They go in a much lower barrel entry proof, and therefore they can't work their way up over 60. Now, if you go in the barrel at 62.5 and you come out of the barrel at 62.6, hey, fine. If you go into the barrel at 62.5 and come out of the barrel at 61.2, also fine. Especially when you think about the time traveling from Texas on a ship all the way up to England and so on, a pallet and container, who knows how much of an angel share you will actually have there. And the guys at Angeros, Marshall, no worry, at Ironroot are also very, very influenced from the brandy cognac in the UK, in UK and France. And so they also can work with the proof in the barrel a little bit, which is fascinating. I was in the warehouse. This is so cool. I love Ironroot. Now on the nose, this is something I would like to have a bath in. Am I a little bit over-exaggerating? I don't know. I really, really love this nose. I have a little bit of a berry moment. I have a lot of brown sugar. I have a lot of leather. I have a little bit of a mate moment. I don't know if you ever had mate tea, but it's really honey, brown sugar, oak spices, leather. So nice. Over here, the Harbinger. Now this is not as dark and complex. This has more wood and more honey. This is brown sugar, this is honey. And this has a little bit more of a plum and a touch of a strawberry moment, a forest strawberry moment in here. I just look at, just the viscosity of this. There's like a ring in my glass here. Same thing here. Beautiful, beautiful whiskeys. All right. Cheers to your health. It's like a turbocharger that hits the wood and then goes away a little bit. And then there's just this explosion of flavor, aroma, complexity in your mouth. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. I'm going to try to read what's on the back of here. I thought they did a fairly good job here. So this bombastic bourbon does everything a devotee of pot still whiskey could wish for, and then some. Bags of powerful wood spice, freshly baked banana bread. Sorry, I'm banana blind, but I do love my own banana bread. Walnut. Get the walnut. Forgot that. Toasted oak. Incredibly expressive. At full strength, the palate is a tour de force of bourbon, mashed bananas, dark chocolate, fruit cake, spicy rye bread, and a little water shows real depth and subsidy. Wow. Subtly. Sorry. Subtly. I'm sorry. Wow. I need glasses. Yes. To bringing out gooseberry jam, tobacco, and strawberry laces. The finish being a final burst of oak and a slight note of coffee. Bourbon doesn't get much better. Bam! 61.2%. Nice. Still, Still there, still there, still there. Beautiful, beautiful product. I was at a whiskey fair. I was exhibiting in Mülheim an der Ruhr, which is by Düsseldorf, town fairly close to where I live, and one of the other stands beforehand, Jason, you have to come over. I said, oh, what do you have? I have something from Ironroot. I went, Ironroot? He said, yeah, it's a single barrel from Berry Brothers. I said, I've heard of it. I've never seen it. Yeah, we have like 3 bottles here. One is open, the other 2 are underneath the table. You want to try? I said, oh, yeah, good. I said, so have a glass. We organized a glass for me, and I poured a little bit. I went, oh, that's good. And one of my YouTube friends that was there, I gave him 139 euros and said, hey, go buy it and bring the bottle over. Don't forget the receipt, need the receipt. And he bought it for me, and I took it home, and I've been sharing this ever since. So yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, so over here, as a comparison. Mm. Mm. As I said, there's a little bit more wood in here. This is a little bit more expressive. The 5 years with the wood really shines through. This has more complexity. This has more depth. This has more leather and also more brown sugar. And this has more of a plum, a little bit of strawberry, and a lot of wood going on in there. I did not think that. I thought this was the pinnacle of what they did. No. Apparently, the Licorice Brothers sent the best cask they had maybe over to London so that we in Europe can have a taste of this magnificent juice. Thank you. Thank you very much. So a little bit of water added here, just a few drops. Dropped it down to probably 59 point something. Mm. Mm. What always fascinates me is the completeness, the holistic moment of this whiskey. There's a little bit of alcohol, but it doesn't really shine through like 61.2%. It's very, very palatable, and so nice. This is an A, on a bad day, an A minus whiskey, and a good day, an A whiskey. Value for money, I'm just going to say C minus. It still hurts me in my soul to pay 139, 140 euros for a bottle of whiskey. Now, I do know that things in America have gotten much more expensive, especially with the bourbon boom and so on. I'm still used to paying 65 euros for my Booker's, 65 euros for my Elijah Craig, barrel proof, and so on and so on. I'm used to paying my 23 euros for Wild Turkey and Rare Breed for 34. The world has changed. The prices have gone up, and I always forget that. And so this is a C minus, where it's like, okay, if you want to buy it, you can. If you have had a good Booker's, one of the best I thought was the 2022-02, the Lumberyard batch. This is, in my opinion, better. So this is fantastic. All right. Thank you very much, Ironroot. Thank you very much, Berry Brothers and Rudd. Thank you very much for watching, for liking, for subscribing. And Ironroot is great. So 2 questions. What is your favorite 60% plus bourbon that you love? And second of all, what is your personal opinion about Ironroot? Have you been there? What products from Ironroot do you really, really like? And Harbinger is one of the things I've had a few times. But this, got to go buy a new bottle. Oh no. Thank you very much. See you soon. Whiskey Jason here. Don't forget to like, share, and also tell others about this crazy guy over here in Europe tasting whiskeys from America you'll never ever see. Funny, isn't it? Bye-bye.